It's so cold. Oh shit. Yeah, you be careful.
That's right.
You been smoking that shit today? Okay.
But now we on our way to greatness. And all that ever took was patience. I used to feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make it. But now we on our way to greatness. And all that ever took was patience.
I haven't posted a video in like so long, and I had not planned on posting a video while I was in the car, but just because I'm on my way home, well, I'm not on my way home. I was like deciding on what I wanted to eat, but I don't really know what I want to eat. Like I called my mom, I was like, hey, you want some tacos? And she was like, no. And then I was like, but I kind of want some tacos, but I don't want no tacos. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna just drive home. And then I got like halfway home, and then I was like, maybe I'll go get Chipotle instead of like real tacos. So I don't know. I'm still trying to decide, but I think I'm gonna go with the Chipotle and not like the authentic tacos, because I might have some of those tomorrow. Anyways, so I just left counseling too a few minutes ago, and at counseling I was usually like on my way to counseling, like I don't know, yeah, I go to counseling. Black people have problems too. I think it's not like I fight with like any type of mental illness, but sometimes I just be needing somebody to talk to, and I just be needing to talk, you know what I mean? So I do go to counseling, and I suggest that people should go, instead of like, sometimes some people hide stuff and they don't want to say, hey, I've got these issues, I don't have anybody to talk to, but I don't want to say that, and I don't want to not talk to anybody. And then you just keep things inside, and you just keep building on it, and you know, it just makes a lot of situations, well then, it just makes a lot of situations a little bit more stressful for you. Anyway, so yeah, I go to counseling, I check it out, you know what I'm saying? I be trying to go and see if I can get a little bit of help. But anyways, so I just left counseling, and on my way to counseling, most days I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about today, you know, like sometimes I might write things down, like sometimes, and this week I hadn't, and I was like, well, I don't really know what kind of like bothered me in my week that I kind of want to talk about. So I just went in with like, you know, just open ears, open eyes, open whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm open today. So I go in and I sit down, and usually, you know, it's like, hey, this is what happened this week. But this week I went in and I'll start talking, and we just randomly somehow started talking about, I don't know, being younger or whatever. And so I started telling my counselor about how I fell in a pond one time, right? And it was like so stupid. It was just like, it was one of the craziest things that has happened to me. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you've been looked out for before. Because I'm going to counseling too. I know I just said you know, I go because I need somebody to talk to, but I also go to counseling, which started me going to counseling is because the sun is super bright. I don't know if you can see me, but I got robbed at work a couple months ago. And so once the robbery happened, like my job insisted that I go to counseling too. I feel like I'm backtracking about this whole counseling thing, but I mean, I continue to go too, because I just feel like sometimes I just need somebody to talk to, you know what I mean? That's why I say too, I don't feel like I have like any type of mental, I know mental disabilities are like super real, you know, I'm not taking anything away from that. But anyways, because I'll just keep rambling on about different things. So I went to counseling, and I was telling her about how I fell in a pond, and me and my cousin, so we were out, and I don't know why, like living in Michigan, like a lot of ponds, lakes, they all freeze, you know. And so we were thinking, I assume at the time we were thinking like, hey, people walk on ponds all the time out here, they go ice fishing, they ice skate, so why can't we go and play on the pond, you know what I mean? So we go out, 3 little black kids, you know what I mean? We all knew how to swim, so we was good. So we was like, you know, we know how to swim, we'll be fine. But just in case, let's grab this double dutch rope, right? So we grab this double dutch rope, and we take this rope out, and before we, it's so dark, I'm sorry. And so before we get onto the ice, you know, the frozen pond or whatever, we tie the rope to ourselves. So we tie this double dutch rope to ourselves, and I don't know if y'all ever, like, double dutch ropes are like so flimsy, you know. It's just like a hanger type wire, you know, like the hangers, like if you hang your clothes outside, like one of those like clothesline types of ropes or whatever. So we get that, and we tie it around each of us, and then we're out there and we're playing on the ice and we're having ourselves a good time, and boop, guess what? Who fell in the ice? I fell in the ice like an idiot. But I guess, I mean, I fell, I was scared, I didn't know what was going on. I went under the water, but because we thought we were smart kids, you know, we had tied those ropes. We had tied them around us so my cousins could just pull me out, right? So they pulled me out of the water, and they're, you know, struggling to get me out of the water. And now, like, why all of my clothes are wet. So I'm wet. I just struggled to get out of this water. I thought my life was flashing before my eyes, and I was only like 13. And how am I going to explain this to my mom that I just fell in a pond? You know, because she would have been like, what were you guys doing? What were you thinking that you even fell in this pond? And it would have been so hard to explain. So, because already, I'm sorry. So already that we had, you know, we were such geniuses that we had wrapped the rope around us. We were like, okay, these are some apartment buildings over here, so let's go into the apartment buildings and take off all your clothes and put them in a dryer so you dry your clothes, and your mom will never know that you fell in the pond, and nobody will ever know that this happened. So, genius kids, the three of us, we go, we take off all my clothes, we sit in like a washroom of this apartment building, because the apartment building had like little washrooms, and you know, in the washroom it had like 2 dryers and 2 washing machines or whatever, right? So we sit in there, and I think it was like a countertop or whatever type of thing in between like the dryer and the wall or whatever, and we just sat in one of those. I don't even know where we got quarters from to even be able to wash. Like, I don't know what happened or how it actually happened, but it was just such like a random thing. And anyways, my clothes got dried. I went home. My mom never knew until like maybe like 3 years ago. We finally said something about it. Like, me and my cousins, we were all talking about it at Thanksgiving, and my mom was like, what? And so she was so mad that she never found out about it. But it was kind of funny that she didn't know, but it wasn't funny that it happened, if that makes sense. So anyways, I know it's a crazy story, random story, and I do like babble a lot about a lot of different stuff. Oh my gosh, these people out here tripping. But okay, so point of what I was telling the story about is my counselor gave me this ingenious idea, and I know that a lot of people do this already, but I think I'm just gonna do, like, for a little while, a series of story times about random crazy stuff that has happened to me or things that I have done. Because listen, once I told her the story about the falling in the ice, it's so dark, I'm sorry. But once I told her about the story of me falling in the ice or whatever, my stories just like kept going, and she was just like, I want to know more, because they, like, I don't know, for some reason I have like the randomest things happen to me, and they're like honest to God, like things that actually happen to me, and they're not like any type of like clickbait thing or like, hey, you know, let me tell you this fake story. Like, I had her in there for like an hour, and I told her like 4 different stories that she was just like, this is just so unreal. And I was like, yeah, I know, it's so crazy, but I just feel like sometimes that's what my life is like. But over the past year or so, I guess I haven't gotten myself into a lot of stuff, and I don't feel like it's always the people I'm around, because I'm usually with the same people. It's just like the people who come in and out of our circle, I guess, that, you know, bring some type of randomness. So I think I'm gonna do that because I haven't posted a video in a while, and this will be like my first video from in a while because I've been working so much, and I think I've just been so caught up in just working that I just haven't been having fun in life. And so today, sitting in counseling, it just made me think like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just missing out on so much fun that I've always had before that I'm not having now. And I'm just like, blah. I'm being boring because I'm usually fun. You know what I mean? So that's about all that I have to say. I'm not gonna make the video long or anything like that because I don't always like to watch super long videos, and I don't think people should have to watch me talk a super long time about something. So I'm gonna try to make it short, and I hope you guys like this. I hope you watched it all the way to the end, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. If there's a story that you think you might know, if you know me and you want to know about it, or if it's a story that you wonder if something like this ever happened to me, let me know. You can tweet me, you can Snapchat me, Facebook I usually keep on the DL, but my Facebook is private, and my I'm tripping now, I'm just randomly talking, but my Facebook is private, my Twitter is Can You See Daphne, my Instagram is Can You See Daphne, and my Snapchat is Can You See Daphne, KANUCDAPHNE. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying? Stop looking at what you ain't got. Start being thankful for what you do got. Let's get it to him, baby girl. Hey.
That's right. Okay.